Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Blood River. On the other side, as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got PhillipeJFry. On the other side, as the Space Marines, we have got GerBich. GerBich will be opening up a couple of Scout Marines, a Sniper Training, Plasma Generator and Chapel Barracks. And PhillipeJFry is going to go for a couple of Cultists, a Chaos Temple and a Plasma Generator. So Horus Heresy all over again, Chaos Space Marines versus Space Marines. And it's always a fun matchup, is these two boys going up against each other, as there's lots of parallels between the two factions, as well as lots of differences. Almost as if, dare I say, at one point, they were kind of friends, maybe even brothers, who really knows. We do have the Chaos Lord coming out for Philippe, and we also have got the Force Commander coming out for GerBich. Or GerBich, I'm not quite sure how one pronounces that. But I'm going to go with GerBich. That is my estimation of how one pronounces that. Yeah, Force Commander versus Chaos Lord, very similar lords in the sense that if you put them in a room next to each other and they fight 1 versus 1, it's kind of 50-50 who wins. Force Commander a little bit more tanky, Chaos Lord a little bit more damage dealy. So, yeah, that's basically the way that matchup goes. Methinks, that's the way my brain works on that. So one big difference between the Chaos Space Marines and the regular old Space Marines in the Tier 1s is mainly their choice between Cultists and Scouts. Now, we are seeing GerBich going to go for some sniper rifle training. So I imagine these guys, once they finish doing all their capping duties, they'll be equipping themselves with some sniper rifles and going in and maybe trying to see if they can kill these capping units as quickly as possible and maybe even destroying some of these heretics to prevent them from building stuff up. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to see a Chaos Armory as well. You wouldn't normally see a Temple and an Armory coming together in Tier 1 for the Chaos Space Marines. It does set back their quick Tier 2s a little bit. But in saying that, they are able to get their, what they call them, their aspiring champions in Tier 1. Also the heavy bolters if they go for any regular Chaos Space Marine units. And it will give the Chaos Lord the option of getting a plasma pistol to allow him to blast the Force Commander at a distance. Not seeing the armory for the Space Marines. At the moment, just these guys looking at each other across the river. No one wanting to get their feet wet. A couple of sniper rifles ready to fire upon the Chaos Lord as and when they see fit, but also got some cultists armed with some grenade launchers, which not nearly as expensive as the sniper rifles. What, 20 blue and 10 green compared to 40 blue and 10 green. So actually, sniper rifles double the cost of a grenade launcher. But a couple of volleys from these guys will squad wipe a whole squad of cultists. Actually, the sniper rifles doing a fair bit of damage to the Chaos Lord. We've seen sniper rifles from the Rangers recently. We've seen the Eldar plate, and those sniper rifles really do a lot of morale damage, but not so much health damage. But these sniper rifles are basically the bee's knees. They do quite a lot of damage against all things. There's some Chaos Space Marines, and they are going to go for some heavy bolters. They've seen the sniper rifle usage of these guys. Heavy bolters will be able to absolutely rip through the armor of these scouts. To get a defensive heavy bolter turret being placed by GerBich. He's not quite got round to placing on his listing post over here. And also actually upgrading the back end listing post. Would have been nice to see this one being fortified, just so he's able to get more shots off on these guys, but Cultist being shot down pretty quickly by the heavy bolter turret. GerBich just being a little bit more defensive to see the aspiring champion for the cultists, and also already for that Chaos Space Marine squad. Early access to plasma pistols will make a huge difference when going up against these tactical marines. Tactical marines unable to get the heavy bolters until Tier 2. So Chaos Space Marine's got a lot more flexibility in the early game. But an armory is coming forth for GerBich here, so maybe potential to see some assault marines coming out, which would be an ideal counter to these heavy bolters the Chaos Space Marines do have. Though that will still, like I said, be quite the investment in Tier 1. But imagine defend these guys away. They're not going to be too aggressive. They've got the relic down over here. No one quite gone for this relic over yonder, but the Chaos Space Marine player will probably know that they haven't got access to this at the moment. So may as well get a little bit of early map control. No pressure to go too fast, too quick. Got Bionics on the way and Plasma Pistol, so chunkier boys. And Plasma Pistol on the Force Commander as well. Already at half health there. Compared to, I suppose the Chaos Lord is also half health as well. It's not the end of the world. Cultists looking like they're going to sniff around this relic. Or is it going to be you guys? One of these guys looking like they're going to be doing it. Tainted Auspex placed down just in case that any of these snipers decide to go infiltrated. And are they going to go down south? No, they're not. They're going to stay back round over here. Mr. Post is up. They will need to defend it. Gone for a nice choice of frag grenades. Get in nice and closed out with that cluster of infantry. Will blast apart both Marine and Heretic alike, or Cultist even. A few shots off, keeping these guys on the back foot. So unable to really pressure this listing post as much as they would like. The heavy bolter getting the vision from the Chaos Lord. Not breaking down the listing post as quickly as they would like. Snipers just slowly but surely whittling down that Chaos Lord. Morale's been broken on him. And it's quite a long time for him to regain that health that he's lost. We don't have access to any apothecaries, or should I say icon bearers for the Chaos Space Marines until they get to tier 2, which they are. Oh, right, they're already in there. Never mind me then, so relatively swift tier 2 for these guys, and also for these guys as well, so that will explain why neither side has been too aggressive. But then again, the Chaos player doesn't really need to be that aggressive, as he's now got birth relics. So that'll put him firmly in the economic advantage department. 74 and 20 compared to 85 and 30. It's not huge differences in econ at the moment, but that machine pit will definitely bring some weaponry to bear. Now, question is, do they go Vindicators or do they go Hell Talons? Or do they even go Defilers? I can't imagine Defilers when there's such low quality, well, there's such a low amount of infantry on the field at the moment. In fact, yeah, probably also not Vindicators neither. Maybe Hell Talons will be the way forward. They've got quite a strong presence over here. So it might be an idea to go for some flying units to be able to then pepper the flanks over yonder. Put pressure on both flanks and make sure that the Space Marine player is feeling a little bit worse for wear. Tier 2 about to finish for them. And would the idea for these guys just being to double down on infantry? Maybe get all the upgrades for the Space Marines. Maybe a couple of missile launchers for whatever comes out of here. Oh, there we go. Hell Talons. They're out to play. I mean, the missile launchers aren't exactly the best thing against aircraft and vehicles. Tactical Marines, they're not exactly amazing against any individual thing. The whole point about them is that they're able to be flexible and be a general counter to most things. But no, we're going to see a sacred artifact instead. So assuming that librarian to blast apart the infantry, maybe even a chaplain as well. I know he's going to go for a machine gun as well. Oh, okay, so he's spreading himself quite thin. Considering he's got a limited amount of economy at the moment, only 4 listing posts at the moment, only 1 been upgraded. Spreading himself quite thin, that's quite a dangerous manoeuvre. If you are lacking map control, you generally would want to think of one singular kind of tech path to go down, really specialise in that and break out. Go for heavy weapons increase and enhanced target finders. He's going to play a bit defensive at the moment. No major aggression going on from either side. Heavy bottle turret over on the left-hand side as well. As the Hell Talons, double of them actually, snaking away very sneakily over the... Alright, we realise that they can't quite get over the mountain. Oh no, altitude, can't quite get that high. Alright, okay, so heavy bottle turret down here as well. So, that's the thing. And while these guys have been aggressive over here, drawing the attention of the Space Marines, inspiring aura for the Force Commander, allowing them to increase the damage for nearby people. Hell Talons will swiftly manoeuvre over on this side. But nice to see that GerBich has gone for quadruple heavy bolters on these guys, and it looks like to be quadruple missile launchers on these tactical marines, so able to get both kinds of armor types down with this combination of firepower. Although, like I said, the missile launchers are going to be brick. Nice, I say that. No, actually, they're doing all right now. They've got quadruple of them. Doing a damn fine job. Lancing the Tempest, going straight for those crack missiles. Take care of the Hell Talons as well. So aircraft on aircraft. And a combination of sniper fire and Space Marine fire, keeping these guys at bay. We'll be able to, now that they've got that heavy weapons increase, the Scout Marines can also go for some plasma guns as well. Should massively help them in the defense of this side, but they have lost a listing post over yonder. Chaos Space have got plenty of money, and they've also got the Fawn Princess out on the field, able to infiltrate herself. Quite a competent melee combatant as well. can bring forth those iconoclast zealots as well. Very expensive now in the 7.25 patch. But still very good all the same. You've got plenty of money spare, which the cosplayer certainly does. Combination of Landspeeder Tempest and Space Marine Squad, keeping these Hell Talons at bay. Main difference between the Hell Talons and the Landspeeder Tempest is you can see they've got a maximum of 3,000 health compared to a grand total of 1,200 health. So much more fragile are these Landspeeder Tempest, narrowly avoiding death as well. 16 health from this missile launcher turret. But these guys can, you know, they can choose between crack missiles and frag missiles. Also got like a machine gun on them as well. Whereas the Hell Talons are only really good against buildings and vehicles. They've got a little bit of a boomy blasty thing which make them fairly decent against infantry, but that's not their mainstay. One Princess getting involved. I do like how that Heretic has come forward to repair these Hell Talons. All very low health at the moment, so no real use of them going forward. They will be blasted on pretty quickly, but I mean, you know, it's free to repair. Well, I mean, it's not free to repair. It reduces your blue income, if I'm not mistaken, just by a smidge. But yeah, it's much more effective. Buying brand new ones, double Havoc Marines on the way, and a quick tier 3. Come on, Princess. Question mark above her head. Questioning her life choices has been spotted by a skull probe. Will be scared away. She's not going to be winning any major combat against this mass of Space Marines. And they are still stuck indoors. They are not quite able to break out. They've got baddies over here. They've got baddies over there. And there's quite a substantial amount of fighting forces on either side. Really surprised that we have not seen these Scout Marines go infiltrated and maneuver around. Space Marines, so they've got the technical aspects from the Chaos Lord, which is fine to basically, you know, like have like an area of infiltration detection. I mean, stick a servitor on them, infiltrate the servitors as well, and you'll be able to snipe these guys out pretty quickly. And the only other infiltration detection they've got is their cultists if they go for the Fiery Eye upgrade, and if they go for their Sorcerer Lord, which, you know, I mean, now that they're in tier 2, are now actually in tier 3, they've got plenty of detection options. But in that tier 1, they could have done a little bit more aggression for them. Well, I suppose they were playing defensive over here, so maybe that is the reason why I've not seen them push out too far. And now that we're in the late stages of the game, or the late air stages of the game, their effectiveness won't be as effective, really. I'm so sorry, I've got to make a joke. Now that I've seen the... Now, it's been burning on my tongue throughout the entire cast, and I must make this joke now, right? Hear me out, right? What does a Frenchman take to the beach? Philippe Phillips. I'm here all week. It won't let me leave. I'm so sorry. It was burning on the edge of my lips all the way through that game. Either way, we've got the aggression going on over here. They've moved away from this side, which allows these servitors of all things, or the Landspeeder Tempest, to come over, potentially to destroy things. Well, there is a Hellfire Dreadnought, and currently no anti-vehicle... Oh no, never mind. They have got some missile launchers on these Havoc Marines. Morale being broken. Also activating that Purge the Weak. Taking more damage, but dealing some more in return. The Hellfire Dreadnought just walking down in the middle. Minding his own business. Last cannons now for Havoc Marines on the backside. Plenty of firepower from the Devastator Marines. Even with that heavy cover, have been broken down pretty swiftly. So very nice and competent defense from these guys. Now is the time to push. If there was ever a time to push, it would be definitely now. The Havoc Marines have been broken down into small, minuscule chunks of forces. Moving a couple models over. Hellfire Dreadnought taking the brunt of the missile turret. Triple Hellfire. Oh, sorry, triple Hell Talons. God, the similarities between the naming conventions. Quite difficult for me to get my brain around. Yeah, no, rinse around a little bit, but the Landspeeder Tempest gets taken down pretty quickly. Could really do with these Space Marines moving a little bit further forward, and these Devastators maybe going for some multi-melters. Well, I suppose maybe they're primarily taking care of the heavy infantry, allowing the Hellfire Dreadnought and the Space Marine squad to take care of the vehicles. Also could have been that they're waiting for the Librarian and the Chaplain coming out. Is the Force Command still alive? Yep. The classic Three Kings build for the Space Marines. Got remarkably strong commanders, have they. So, not a bad idea. But definitely need to be a bit more aggressive now. They've got the unit composition to take on all this stuff, I do believe. That smite from the librarian right on top of these guys. Devastating amounts of damage. Force commander, I mean, you're not in tier 3 at the moment, I don't think, but if you were able to get that orbital bombardment, smack bang on top of all this stuff, would be amazing. Landspeeder Tempest has not really done much over here. Which, I mean, can't see why. There's only listing. Oh, I mean, I suppose now that you're going for your missile turret, but could have taken him down a little bit earlier. Chaos Lord's going to be fighting you off anytime soon. And the Possessed Squad, well, they're just chilling out over here. They can't fight you up in the sky.
Scouts in position.
Now going for tier 3. Current economy is 80 and 50. Compared to 147 and 79. This is massive difference in economy. Upgrading all their bits and bobs as well. Have the Spaceman player. You've not... Right, so in this kind of scenario, if you are going to play it this defensively, and you're not going to push out, then you need to upgrade all your listing person. I mean, he's starting to do that now with his stuff, but a little bit late. I'm going to fast forward things just a smidgen, just to see if any action goes on. We're seeing quite a substantial force going on over here, which is forcing Space Marine player to keep his forces down over on the southern side. But with some Possessed Marines over here, and the Chaos Lord, potential to bring them over on this side and maybe snag these plasma generators. I've got the orbital relay, and alright, missed a bit of action there. That was the Landspeeder Tempest being utterly annihilated very quickly. Here goes the Devastators moving forward. Helton's getting into position as the Possessed Marines using that pincer maneuver. But Vanguard Veterans of all things, would have been a great idea to jump them in the middle of all these guys, but was not anticipating the Possessed Squad coming over on the left-hand side. Helton's going to completely ignore all this and go straight for the plasma generator. At this point, Space Marine players got to choose, do you bash this stuff or do you bash this stuff? You don't have the fighting forces to take care of both of them. A wonderfully placed orbital bombardment. If it was smack bang in the middle, would have been able to zone this whole entire area, preventing these guys from pushing forward, allowing these guys to push over on this side to defend all the things going on over here. Got some obliterators in here as well, but being brought down very quickly, I must say. Got these Chaos Sorcerer throwing down some bits and bobs, and yet the whole flank over here has been utterly wiped out. Possessed Marine taken care of, and the Demon Prince attempting to be summoned forth, but missile launcher knocking him on his backside, cancelling that animation. And right, okay, yep, that's remarkably good. Remarkably good indeed. Alright, so it looks like a very deadly assault. I mean, they've lost a fair few of the plasma generators and a listing post, but relative, I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. The Chaos Space Marine player has got infinite money, he can rebuild everything. But if the Space Marine player decides to now go on the offensive, things might be able to turn around, even though he's got a very small force. He does have some assault terminators. Still got the snipers on the go, and looked like double servitors were hiding inside that orbital relay there. Also got that Predator as well. Now is the time they've absolutely got to come down and start smashing things up before Chaos Space Marines regain their footing. We've got the Chosen Chaos Marines, which is basically souped up regular tacticals. They've also got the Land Raider Hades Diabolos, so I do believe is the anti-infantry variant of the Land Raider. There we go, now pushing over on the left-hand side. We'll start smashing up the bolter turrets, sacrificial circle, the listing posts. Absolutely crucial that they get a footing here. Lost all the plasma generators, going to start rebuilding. Left a Hellfire Dreadnought and some sniper rifles inside the base, I assume for defensive purposes, just in case the Helltowns come back to play. And they've still got all three of the heroes left over. Might be an idea just to detach these guys. Let these guys finish off killing all this stuff. Get some early aggression going on down here. After all, the Chaos Space Marine player isn't building up all that much. They've got some Terminators of their own. Not much in the way of production. So take advantage of their superior economic stuff. Have shoved some Terminators inside that Hades Diabolos, and this is indeed the anti-infantry, heavy infantry stuff. Helltalons moving on the right side there have been fended off by the Hellfire Dreadnought with the twin-link las cannon. So full-blown anti-vehicle stuff going on here. Hellfire Dreadnought's main weakness is that it's not very good against infantry or vehicles in Tier 2, but once it's able to get the las cannon as well as those missile launchers, really effective anti-vehicle, and in this case anti-air stuff. So fending these guys off, but the Hades moving on down that centre as the Space Marines pushing down over on this side. Don't think it'll be very effective base trading scenario for them. Quite a shame they actually came down over on this side to fend and fight. They came down the middle, they might have had a good chance at beating off this Hades Diabolos, working together with all this stuff. But on their own, I mean, the Helltalons have gone down. Berta has been annihilated. The Space Marines have got plenty of money. But are they building anything else up? Does not look like it. They've got tunnel vision. They're focusing on doing stuff. They're broken morale on these Chaos Terminators as the Assault Terminators moving into close combat with these Chaos Chosen Marines. Big smite stuff and electric nonsense going on, everyone. Inspiring the men and breaking down those Chaos Terminators remarkably quickly. Morale being broken, forcing them backwards. Chosen Marines beaten to a pulp, fending them off. The Space Marines have defended. Land Raider Hades Diabolos comes down on over, and this is going to be a tricky customer for these guys to deal with. Currently no anti-vehicle stuff available for them. Devastators could go some las cannons. Las cannons will be absolutely phenomenal at breaking down this Diabolos right now. They are going to fall back, and the Chaos Terminators regaining their number. That's a real shame that. I was going to see some deep striking stuff over on this side, which is, oh, it's Primarch Alfarius. Always difficult when the Primarch enters the battlefield. Going toe-to-toe to Chaplain. Chaplain, no shame, no fear. Huge explosion from somewhere. I assume that was, oh, that was the Fawn Princess coming in. Dear oh dear. Wombo combo of the Primarch. And these guys looking to be aggressive over on this side. Great shame. Librarian goes down. Iconoclast Zealots activating some sort of Mark of Khorne to engage in some melee combat stuff, and the Space Marines do surrender. That's a real shame, as they had, I mean, it was plenty of opportunity that as they came down and started bashing things up. Like I say, if they got las cannons inside their Space Marine Devastator people, they would have had a lot more effective stuff against the Hades Diabolos. I mean, fair play that the Primarch was going to come out and cause them issues, but falling back, they had plenty more money left over to buy stuff towards the end. They could have got some more Predators out. I mean, those Hellfire Dreadnoughts with the las cannons as well would have been remarkably efficient in taking out some more stuff as well. Could have maybe gone for some more Terminators, as they were really breaking down these guys with the Wombo combo of the Force Commander, the Librarian, and also the blooming, oh, what's it called? The guy with the skull mask. I completely forget his name at the moment, but yeah, that would have been quite a remarkable comeback to see. But yeah, super defensive all the way through. Could have been a lot more aggressive, especially in that bit where they destroyed a couple of, well, they didn't destroy them, but they brought down the Havocs to very low model count. And yeah, okay, fair enough, they had triple Hell Talons for them, but they had the ability to take them on. If they just pushed down, they would have then destroyed not only the listing post, but also a couple of plasma generators as well, knocking out a couple of bits of the economy. And that, or what was it called? The Landspeeder Tempest that was over here, you know, riding solo, could have also, I mean, maybe it might not have killed all this stuff, but it would have at least maybe destroyed the listing post. So plenty more opportunity for the Space Marine player to be a bit more aggressive. But hey ho, that is the way that the game goes, and that is the way that the game is. So thank you so much for watching at home, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. And it's been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.